Yeah, so literally all we have is a little bit of AJ Games talk, then straight into C9 TSM.
I mean, these are historically, the two greatest teams in North American LCS history. These guys have kind of battled it out in playoffs so many times. They're the two teams that have played the most times in the finals against each other of any matchup.
Usually when these teams meet in the finals, if we're not talking about 2013, TSM has been able to win.
For TSM as an organization, this is the first year where they've really had a crisis, identity crisis. They've always been the winners and always made it to finals. This year, that has changed, and they need to get back to their origins.
It's exciting for fans who have followed these rosters for so long, and especially, I think, for Cloud9 fans who are looking for a little redemption, who are looking for a little revenge. For once, they're coming into this as a favorite.
When the Yankees and Red Sox are good, it's good for baseball. When the Lakers and Celtics are good, it's good for basketball. And when C9 and TSM are good, it's good for the NALCS. I'm actually all right today. Yeah.
4.
I think it's time
It's time
to talk about the greatest matchup in North American League of Legends history. Cloud9 versus TSM. These guys are the teams that have faced each other in the finals more than any other team.
This is the old North American #1 matchup, Bjergsen versus Jensen, that we were used to. Jensen and his, issue with TSM, he hasn't not won yet. He has had a long history with
He
Bjergsen
hasn't beaten TSM.
And Cloud9 hasn't won a best of 5 against TSM since 2014, I think it was.
Yeah, it would have to be 2014 spring.
It feels like heading into this series, we have an option to kind of revive a bit of that past excitement of like our two greatest mid laners going head to head, with the added wrinkle that Golden Glue may be this like kryptonite sub-in sort of curveball thing that they can like throw in.
Now the mid lane matchup very hyped, and across the board all stars on both of these teams. Cloud9 and TSM into game 1 of the semifinals. That's a lot of damage. Bjergsen's getting low, heals up with a Q. That's the ult from mid. These staying alive, but a great play out of Jensen. Here comes the flank in from Bjergsen. He's gonna look for Jensen. Does he have the damage? He does. TSM winning yet again. Zazel's gonna drop Licorice now left alone. A triple kill from Bjergsen. But Quinn's already been deleted, and they're gonna lose this.
I fucking insta-died.
Yeah. It's alright, guys.
TSM leads the semifinal 1-0.
It's fine.
That was the warm-up game, Lars.
Hell yeah.
Turret goes down, Hotzer being slowed up, being stunned now as well. This will be a third kill for Cloud9. They look for number 4, a double knockup out of Licorice. Cloud9 strike back. They'll be able to even up this series.
Nice job. That's the 20-minute win we expected.
Another kill, another 2, as Swain has found his second. The Flavor's gonna fall for number 3. Sen's wiping the floor with this one. He's found the floor, and he's looking for number 5.
Swain's just gonna be a bit strong.
Yeah, Swain's gonna be huge.
We're gonna find the stun. Galio in the front. Zazel gets found out. Here comes Galio. Good fight for Grid. Picks that one up.
They got better.
I have a big taunt. Okay, I can't re-engage.
Coming.
Kill them all here, please.
Jensen buys a bit of time. Can he get that kill though? He's looking for it. He's gonna get Greg. But a trade.
Oh, I'm dead.
Yeah, only one hit. Yeah, that's rough. We need to be smarter.
Yeah, that's
No, we can't. Get out. Alright, that's Alright, guys. Fine.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think they can end.
They should be able to.
TSM are a game away from the finals.
Do you think Svenskeren and Golden Glue will see time in this series? Or rather, what situation has to happen in order for them to get time in this series?
I think that it's super interesting, this specific series, because Golden Glue has actually been good against Bjergsen and against TSM.
I think there's a good chance that they're going to see some play. You know, if you're down 0-2, why not try it?
Putting in Golden Glue when they're already down and one more loss means they're out of the playoffs doesn't feel right to me.
Yeah. But I still think if you start Jensen Blobber and you get slammed 2 games in a row, not saying that's going to happen.
You would still put
but
it
it would still be worth trying to mix something up.
Job is fine. We're gonna use the coordinate Sven from now. And let's get it, bro.
They're under time. Just be proactive and stay.
To put in context how important this game is, Golden Glue, his first game was in 2014. He subbed in for Scar on Team Dignitas. This is his 5th year as a pro, and this is the most important game of his life. Up against Bjergsen, down 2-1 in the semifinals.
Svenskeren, remember, was kind of booted off TSM at the start of the year. So this is kind of a Svenskeren redemption story as well.
Hey, I'm a flash in a class of my own, a disaster with thoughts overblown. I massacre average crap with a head so advanced I was kicked out of school, never warned.
Hansa is fucking cocky now, man. Yeah, he's out one game and he thinks he's like the best type of something. One GP game where he gets carried by Swain. The first playoffs, let's make it count, bro. Let's make it count. Yeah, dude, let's do it.
Picked out red flag as a dirtbag, with a rat in his book bag. Big pen with a head full of
The horn sound. There's no way out for Sven. The flash of the knockup is enough to chase him down. It is 2 kills straight in the bottom lane.
What a beautiful TP there from Licorice.
Bjergsen just walked into Svenskeren up against the wall. Svenskeren gets to get the kill on his old teammate. That feels good.
5v4 inside the base, hoping to make it to game 5. The flash Hanser only grabs 1, but the flash forward, and Bjergsen gets a kill. The trade back though, a huge knockup. Can they secure them? Hey, Cloud9 will. A double kill for Sneaky. They're all falling now. TSM are routed.
We're going to game 5, baby.
Bring out the Silver Screams. We're going to game 5.
Golden Glue's first North American LCS playoff game is a victory. And you gotta think they're gonna keep him and Svenskeren in for game number 5.
Then Golden, was a good job. We are a better team. Yeah, let's go.
It all comes down to this.
Listen, friends in the headphones, fam in the headphones, manage the rest, let it bump.
Cloud9 have had their playoffs ended by TSM in 5 of their last 7 playoff runs.
No game has been dominated by either side, and it is really up in the air.
Sweet Bill still in the East Will. Villain skin ain't looking for cheap.
Take another stun, take a lot of damage, and they're gonna go right under the turret. TSM look for number 4. But Bjergsen has the flash away, they don't get it.
Frantic for answers, let's go.
And the flash in, they found one. Greg is down.
You can't get away from Malzahar, and that's why Cloud9 keep bringing in Golden Glue.
I'm gonna ult. I got him. I'm gonna get him.
Finish him.
Yeah, they're gonna chase.
Yeah, they're looking.
You gotta read the scenes, watch the graphs in the past
And
that's
Poppy is
bleeding
thrown away.
green.
They're
They
going
show
to
their
join. Here
scares.
comes the fight 5v5. Is this the one that ends it all?
That's right. I'm on it right now. I'm on it right now. Front to back.
2 for 0, Cloud9, and they can chase the open hip. And hold forward for Sneaky. They give Bjergsen. It's a 3 for 0.
They have the minions. They can end the game. I think C9 have done it.
Put the subs, make it a 2-0 to close out the series. As the second turret falls, the respawn's in 15 seconds, and they've done it.
It all culminates in a hush.
Can you believe it? The miracle has been completed.
Cloud9 from last place to the finals in summer of 2018.
It's still a little bit hard to believe that what happened happened. What Golden Glue has gone through in his professional career has ruined so many other players. To be in the LCS, to be the butt of so many jokes, to get benched, to get moved off of teams.
That feels good, man.
Your first playoffs?
My first playoffs, having. I'm undefeated in playoffs.
And yes, the rest of his team did great, but to be in that moment and then to win both games with his history, it's amazing.
Now Cloud9 get to head to Oakland, and they get to head to Oakland with their heads held high.
Let's get this party jumping. Hey DJ, drop the beat. Speak up, we know you heard me. I got the mic, no I bring the heat. Yeah, get it poppin', all eyes on me.
C9 has to win that series if they want to automatically qualify for Worlds. If they lose, they have to go to the regional qualifier. So I think winning is everything for them in the final.
I know kind of in the back of my mind that like Cloud9 is probably coming in super hungry. They're coming in with this crazy story behind them, and you know, from last place all the way to the finals. It's more of a test than anything else. Just want to see if we can take them down.
Represent.